Support handout number 3. Problem number 1. This is a very easy problem. I'm asked to fill in the acute angles in these pictures. When I see a right triangle with 1, 1, and the square root of 2, I know that that's a 45, 45, 90 right triangle. So this angle is 45 degrees and this angle is 45 degrees. In the second picture, when I see 1, square root of 3, and 2, that's the basic form of the 30, 60, 90 right triangle. The 30 degrees is opposite the 1, the 60 degrees is opposite the root 3, and 2, of course, is the hypotenuse. Problem number 2, I want to find the exact simplified values of these trig functions. Well, I have a right triangle. As long as I know the sides and the hypotenuse, I can do this easily. The sine function returns the opposite leg over the hypotenuse. I'm just thinking SOHCAHTOA there, sine opposite over hypotenuse. I'll need to rationalize the denominator, and it looks like my final answer is 2 root 7 on the top. Root 7 times root 7 is just 7 on the bottom. The cosine ratio would be the adjacent leg divided by the hypotenuse. Again, I'll need to rationalize the denominator, and I end up here with square root of 21 on the top and then 7 on the bottom. Cosecant alpha is simply the reciprocal of sine alpha. I could reciprocate this final value, but then I'd have to rationalize again. It's easier if I reciprocate the unrationalized value. I can do that quickly and then I'm done. Here's the final answer for cosecant alpha. Tangent alpha, let's see, it looks like I'll have to just calculate that one directly. Tangent is opposite, thinking SOHCAHTOA, tangent is opposite over adjacent. This one does need to be rationalized, and I end up with 2 square root of 3 divided by 3. Problem number 3 is similar. I'm given a right triangle. I want to find some trig ratios, only this time what I'm being asked to find is a little bit more complicated. Let's see, sine beta would be opposite over hypotenuse, so that's 3/5. Cosine beta would be adjacent over hypotenuse. That would be 4/5. And what I want to find is the sine ratio divided by the cosine ratio. In other words, 3/5 divided by 4/5. Well, dividing by 4/5 is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal by 5/4. You can see there that the 5's divide out, and when I multiply across, I simply have 3 on the top and 4 on the bottom. So final answer here is 3/4. In part B, the top of this fraction is 1 plus the cosine ratio. We had already figured that out to be 4/5. And the denominator is just the 4/5. Then I simplify this. Let's see, for the top, I'll rewrite this 1 as 5/5, 5 over 5, so that I have a common denominator up there. Now I have 5/5 plus 4/5 is 9/5. I'm wanting to divide that by 4/5. Well, again, dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by its reciprocal. And once again, the 5's divide out, and I'm left when I multiply across with 9 on the top and 4 on the bottom. 9/4 would be the final answer.